Mexigars Habano. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hugo Smokes. I'm your host, Hugo, and today I'm going to be smoking and reviewing the Casa 1910 Mexigars Habano. And this here is a Mexican Habano wrapper over a San Andres, Mexico binder, over fillers from Mexico as well. And it is a Mexican Puro. It's a 6x52 Toro. And it is the second cigar in the newest line for Casa 1910. I already smoked the Colorado wrapper. Very good cigar. Awesome profile. Great construction. So I'm excited to smoke this one here. And if you can see, this one actually has more of a reddish hue than the other one. And then another thing that I found out doing a little bit more investigation is that there's a volcano on the band, which is put on backwards so that when you're smoking the cigar, the smoke on the cigar mimics the smoke coming out of the volcano. So pretty cool concept for Casa 1910. But let me go ahead and cut it up and test the draw. Again, this is one of the most affordable lines of Casa 1910. Ooh, this one's very earthy. Super leathery as well. Musty. So let me go ahead and light it up and I'll be back for my introduction. Alright, this one also starts off with the citrus blast on the palate and a secondary note consisting of a bright coffee note. It's even a little bit bitter on the finish. Very zesty like. And that's pretty much it. Let's see what the retrohale has to offer. All right, definitely zesty as well. Not really pepper spice, but it's kind of herbal. Maybe it's the same zestiness that's still trying to define itself. It's smoky, like a smoked hickory note, and then coffee on the finish that's a little bit bitter. All right. So not a bad start to this Habano from Mexico. Let's see what the rest has to offer. I'll smoke through the first third and be back for my first update. Welcome back. At the end of the first third, Volcano is burning nicely. Look at that. Nice stack dash. Burn line's a little bit wavy, but hoping that it catches up. The one difference I can notice in the ash is that this one's standing out a lot longer than the Colorado, but the other one had the better burn line, right? Just little details. They're still performing both great. Lots of smoke output. So here at the end of the first third, still dominated by that citrus zestiness. However, it's taken a back seat, so not as pronounced as the beginning. Still a little bit of bitterness lingering on the finish, but now getting a pronounced cinnamon spice on the palate and a very musty leather note. Not too leathery. I think it's well balanced. On the retrohale, went from this zesty herbal note to like a coffee, right? And then to a mineral earth, and now it's like super nutty. So nuttiness is dominating on the retrohale profile. Very nice. Nice floral finish. It's a little bit aromatic. And just a tad bit lingering on the palate. So I think, this profile is very nice. It's dynamic. It's complex. I like it. And that's all I have to report here at the end of the first third. Let me keep smoking the cigar down right below this big old volcano, and I'll be back for my next update. Welcome back at the end of the second third. And as you can see, the ash has a nice standout, better than the Colorado. I did touch up this cigar once, I think here. I was canoeing a little bit, but one touch up, not a big deal. So, guys, this cigar is getting better as it progresses. Here in the second third, cinnamon and floral spice are the main notes on the palate, competing with each other, followed by a nice nutty tone as a secondary note, and on the finish, very nice. It's roasted. There's a little bit of also a woody, charred type of hickory note in the background as well. Very nice. And on the retro, super nutty cinnamon spice as well, and now a sweet bread note on the finish. So honestly, man, this is a sleeper for sure. I don't know what Manolo did with this blend, but good job, man. That's all I gotta say. Let me continue smoking the cigar down as far as I can, and I'll be back for my final update and closing thoughts on this Mexican Habano. Welcome back at the end of this Mexican Habano, and ash keeps on standing out. I did touch it up one more time, and you can see the burn line's a bit wavy. So construction is very good on both cigars. The burn line's better on the Colorado, but the ash standout is better on this one. So pick your poison, right? But as far as the flavor profile here at the end, citrus, herbal, cinnamon spice on the palate, and it lingers very nicely. Not very heavy though, but it does linger, long finish. And a smoke woody medley on the palate as well as a secondary note. On the retro, super nutty. Again, cinnamon, herbal spice coming in as well. And a bitter coffee, charred, woody mix on the retro finish as well. So forgot to mention, I believe, the sting on the retro. So at beginning, or in the first third, 4 to 5 clicks out of 10, so medium minus, and then stayed at 2 to 3 clicks out of 10 for the second third, and then the final third. So overall, very medium bodied, medium minus profile in my opinion. And still having a little bit more time to enjoy it. It's burning for 2 hours, so great bang for your buck on this one. Again, it's a $9.50 cigar, something like that. I don't know what Manolo did to these cigars, but they're phenomenal. I think it's a great example of what the San Andres Valley is producing as far as like a Mexican tobacco variety, right? Because we don't hear a lot of that. We basically just hear MSA, right? Mexican San Andres. We don't hear about the Colorado, the Habano, which there's different varieties, and there's even like a Maduro as well, I believe. So thank you, Casa 1910 and Manolo, for putting this one out. Again, another box worthy rating for me. Even though this one is a little bit more, smoky, less nutty than the Colorado for me, at least. Again, sample size of 1, right? But yeah, definitely a box worthy in my book. And that's all I have on this Mex Cigars. If you've had these cigars already, let me know your thoughts. Again, they come, single. There's 5 packs out there, and then these come in bundles of 25. So do the math, 2 something, right, for a bundle. And that's all I have on this review. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to sub to my channel, sub to Soul Society Podcast. Check out the Patreon, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.